Yo, what's good? It is your boy Trey Little, and I am back with another video. I am an artist, entrepreneur, influencer, over 1.2 million followers on TikTok. And, I like to talk about different things going on in the world and try to take away different lessons from it and also empower my audience. Now I'm starting to focus on, building as an artist, building your mental, spiritual, physical health, and also talk about what's going on in our country and try to overall develop everyone and just encourage everybody that's watching this, right? So I'm going to talk about a lot of different things and then I'm going to break it down. So on this video, we are going to talk about the history of the Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy beef. Make sure you like this video so more people see it. You can click out the chat, like it, and then make sure you subscribe if you already haven't subscribed. It says that my analytics say 70-80% of y'all that watch these aren't subscribed, so make sure you subscribe. Okay, Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy recently did a versus battle, and they ended a almost 2-decade beef. A lot of different things happened in this beef. They are the two biggest artists out of Atlanta, arguably, right? They came up and invented trap music and developed it to what we know what it is today with producers like Zaytoven and going all the way back to like the early 2000s. So Gucci Mane was basically pushed as a rapper by producer Zaytoven. I met Zaytoven in Detroit. It was pretty amazing. These dudes inspired me a lot. So I got pictures with them on Instagram. Make sure you follow my IG in the description. They started beefing a long time ago. They started off cool. Young Jeezy was a popular rapper out of Atlanta. Young Gucci Mane was up and coming. So Gucci Mane didn't really want to be a rapper at first, but Zaytoven pushed him to become a rapper and said, man, I think you can do this. I'm reading Zaytoven's book, and then Zaytoven mentioned that Gucci didn't really want to rap, but Zaytoven pushed him to become a rapper, and he produced all his beats. So Gucci was an up-and-coming artist. Gucci Mane did a song called Black Tea Remix, and this was the remix to the song White Tea. So you might have heard Travis Scott's recent song, Yup in My White Tea. The original song was White Tea by the Franchise Boys. So Gucci Mane was beefing. I believe he was beefing with the Franchise Boys, and he did a remix called Black Tea, and it was like, talking about all the stuff he do in the trap and from the streets. It was a really grimy and gritty song. I love it, being someone who came up in the streets. So Gucci Mane and Jeezy did the song together. So Jeezy was giving Gucci Mane an opportunity to build with a well-known artist. So that's what usually happens in the music industry. Young Jeezy has also done that for artists here in Detroit. He's well known and he'll connect with other up and coming artists and give them that boost and that push. So I believe that was happening. So they decided to do a song called So Icy, and this is where everything took a turn. So Icy became a major breakout hit. This song became super popular and took over the streets. It even gained mainstream success. If you are in your 20s or early 20s, you might remember the song. If you are young and don't remember the song, go watch it. Go listen to it. It's crazy. So Icy blows up. It was originally Gucci Mane's song produced by Zaytoven. So, and, I might not get all the facts right, but this is, all allegedly or what, I've researched and stuff like that. So, if you have any thoughts, drop it in the comments. So, it was Gucci's song, and apparently Young Jeezy wanted to use the song for his album because the song was like, they knew it was going to be a big hit. Gucci Mane, being a young artist, knew, and the new artist was like, no, this is my song. I don't care. I want to use this song to pop off. So he apparently didn't give Gucci or Jeezy access to keep the song and take it and run with it. So to make things worse, Young Jeezy didn't perform the song. So Gucci took that as a disrespect of like, you didn't perform the song, but Young Jeezy was getting throat surgery and didn't let anyone know. So, Gucci, I think he put out some diss tracks or whatever. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And then Young Jeezy responded with his song, I think it was Stay Strapped. And then he basically said, I got $10,000 for whoever go after Gucci Mane and get his chain. And in rap culture, taking somebody's chain means whatever you got to do to get the chain. So that meant that they put a hit out on Gucci. So one of Jeezy's artists, Pookie Loc, went with a group of guys to get Gucci Mane, right? They went to get his chain for that $10,000, right? So when they went through, and apparently Gucci Mane was set up by a girl who was connected with Jeezy's crew. So Gucci take the girl home, and then they apparently set her up. But Gucci Mane was strapped. He was ready. So when Pookie Loc and some of Young Jeezy affiliates came in to put the, to collect his chain and get that bounty money, Gucci Mane fired shots. And one of Young Jeezy's people lost their life, Pookie Loc. And, Gucci went to jail for it, and then they ruled it as self-defense. So I've heard different rumors of, like, Gucci and them stashed his body in a wood somewhere, which is weird. Which is like, if you self-defending yourself, why would you do that, right? You can go look all this stuff up. So after that happened, it escalated. It got worse. Gucci Mane made a song called The Truth, saying, go dig up your dead homie, RIP him, and just disrespecting him in his face, right? And, it got worse because once people start losing lives, that make rap beef turn into something real. So Gucci's popularity escalated because of that. In the rap culture, I don't know, for some reason, whenever somebody go to jail, whenever they take somebody's life, they become instantly famous, right? Even if they got to spend the rest of their life in jail, like Tay-K or like YNW Melly. It makes them more famous, and they, whatever, right? That's how rap music work, unfortunately. But, Gucci blows up, his career takes off, Jeezy's takes off, and their whole 15, 20-year beef, they throwing shots at each other, people getting hurt. They really going to war with each other, and they both live in Atlanta. So they do this versus battle. And during this versus battle, which was about 2-3 days ago, it was one of the most highly anticipated, most epic versus battles out there. So many other artists have done it, but these two were the most highly anticipated because you're talking about 2 decades of beef and people losing their lives over it. They throwing shots at each other. They performing. Gucci comes off straight up diss song after diss song, disrespect after disrespect. Jeezy was on the other side. I want to squash this. I want to be man. Let's come together. He took the more humble route. And it even escalated when Gucci performed the song Truth. And he was talking about, one of Jeezy's crew members that he took out. So it got really bad. It got really intense. And even the artist Pookie Loc that lost his life in that battle, his son came out and was saying stuff about it, right? So it got really nasty, really bad. But Young Jeezy was willing to take the higher road and say, you know what, even though we took a loss, even though there's been pain, I'm willing to move forward. But Young Jeezy and Gucci felt hurt as well because he's like, man, you sent these people after me, you did me wrong and all that. And he like, yo, it ain't no going back. So the fact that these two came together and performed so icy, locked arms, and decided to and come together and try to squash their beef. It's not fully squashed. Young Jeezy said in a Breakfast Club interview that he don't want to speak on it yet because there's still a lot of emotions and stuff that they got to process and talk to. But that's an overall summary of the history of these two guys' beef. And hopefully that these guys can fully come together, lock arms, make money. Young Jeezy said, I ain't got $5 million in jewelry on my neck, but I do got, I own half of Atlanta, in real estate. So hopefully these two guys can come together, lock arms, make some music, and do it for the culture. Because with the loss of Pop Smoke, King Von, and all these other artists, they want to start setting an example of how to squash beef so these younger artists coming up don't have to lose their life over nothing. So I commend Young Jeezy for doing that. So hopefully Gucci can get on board and hopefully they can squash it. Apparently Gucci came with armed military because he didn't trust it. I don't blame him. So, you got two legends coming together and locking arms, which is beautiful to see. It ended so well. I did a full reaction to that. I'll drop it in the description. But man, hopefully these guys can fully come together and do something for the culture. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Trey Little.